Every Friday and Saturday, I would go there and literally stand next to them. Please give me a chair, give me a chair, give me a chair. 10 minutes, 20 minutes, an hour. It was always no. And literally, I stood there from the minute they started to the minute it ended, standing next to them.
To me, it's real disrespectful because a lot of these DJs, they don't even know what crates are. They don't even know what white labels are.
A lot of people don't know now. They don't know about the bringing the crates era.
Yeah.
Right now, they just see a DJ bring a bag, put his HDMI in the joint and just keep rocking.
What is a DJ without having mic skills? You have to be able to talk to the people. Who gonna give the birthday shout outs? Shout out the artist. Who's gonna shout out the song? When the party's dead, who's gonna lift people up?
What was your moment in your DJ career when you was like, nigga, I made it?
I've always been a firm believer of earning your resume, earning your opportunities, earning your rate, just earning your opportunities in this music industry. So he asked me how I'm doing, asked me how the family was, we spoke, and then he's like, yo, you ready? I'm like, ready for what? Like, you ready to be on the radio? Instantly, I started crying. I cried. All the tears came out. If you earn your way and they still don't pay you, then I think that's sucker shit by anybody who don't pay the people who bring something to the table.
Podcast Central, Coastal Chronicles NYC. You already know what it is, man. It's your boy, Tank Sinatra, a.k.a. Taino Domingo, a.k.a. call me anything but late for dinner because I love to eat. Stop playing with me, man. You already know the vibes. I keep the activation king on deck. To the left of me. Talk to me, sir. Dren Star.
What's going on, baby?
Always
Another
you,
week,
sometimes me, man.
Another episode, you know what I'm saying? We tuned into everybody's living room right now.
So we tuning in.
Yeah, we got to do this. Yo, I never thought I'd be saying this. Like, comment, subscribe. That's the lingo.
No. That's what we got to do. But just to everybody know, I forgot to mention, we in the Duce Lounge, man. You feel me? Like my brother said, like, subscribe, stop. You know what I'm saying? Just looking and not. Come on, man.
Yeah,
Takes nothing, man.
We getting some views and all of that. So, you know what I'm saying? I just want to thank everybody. We appreciate the love. You know what I mean? Big shout out to our sponsors, Duce. You know, it's Duce, double cross everything. And big shout out to Red Bull. You know what I'm saying? It's happening. It's happening. You know what I'm saying? So,
haven't slept yet. God damn.
Let's get to it.
But you know what happens around this time, man. So let me talk my shit. So our next guest, born and raised in the heart of New York City's Lower East Side. His name is synonymous with the pulse of the city's vibrant music and lifestyle scene. With over a decade of experience, he has seamlessly evolved from the days of crate digging and local house parties to becoming one of the top talents in the city. He's not only a DJ, but a creative force, an accomplished sneaker designer, brand ambassador, event host, and business owner. His sets, known for signature blends of R&B, hip-hop, and brunch vibes, have made waves at some of the biggest events in New York City has to offer. As the creator of Bel Air Brunch, he's redefined what it means to experience brunch in the cities, curating perfect mix of beats and atmosphere. His production company, DJ Trase LLC, goes beyond the decks, offering event planning and DJ services for celebrity events and high-profile occasions. His journey to the top of the NYC music scene includes major performances at events like 50 Years of Hip Hop Celebration. DJ K slays legendarily rolling 200 deep with Body That Too. He regularly takes his talents to the airways on platforms like Hot 97, Sirius XM, Shade 45, and Fly, reaching a global audience. But beyond the music, he is deeply connected to his community. He worked with the Thrive Collection for over 10 years, contributing to local initiatives and giving back to the city that shaped us. His impact has even reached the small screen, appearing in 3 Knicks commercials, oh my God, being featured in HBO Max's 38 at the Garden documentary. This introduction highlights his journey, achievements, and community focus while creating excitement around his brand and future. And I introduce my boy, DJ Trase.
Yeah, what up?
LES, stand up.
What up, man? Dren, what up, man? What up?
Welcome to the Duce Lounge, brother.
Thank you for inviting me, man.
You know what I'm saying? This is an invite only. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I got to stress,
Right.
I got to tell a lot of people, this
Right.
is an invite only. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Nah, I appreciate the invite.
All right, let's get it.
Listen, my brother, you know, I want to invite you to the show, and my condolences for what's going to happen this evening. But we'll talk about that later on in the interview, bro. You understand what I'm saying?
Oh,
yeah, he
man.
DJs for the Knicks and all that, like I said earlier, man. Them bums. But brother, talk to me, man. How you feeling today, man?
I'm all right, man. I'm good, you know. Staying busy and staying consistent.
Got
You
you,
know what I'm
got you. So I like to start off by giving the audience a little backstory on your life and everything like that. So share with the people out there in the cyber world about your early bring up and stuff like that.
As a DJ or just
No. From You know what I'm saying? When you was a
Yeah.
child growing up in the
Yeah.
Lower East Side, what was the whole dynamic?
Yeah. Born and raised in the Lower East Side, 4th Street Avenue D, Lily Wall Projects. Grew up in a 2-parent household, mother, father. My brothers.
Dope.
Got 2 older brothers. Got a sister-in-law. Um, got a god sister that I call my sister because we was born and raised together since we were babies. I just grew up in an era out here where, you know, um, late 80s, early 90s, where Dren, you from the Lower East Side, it was very music driven, DJ driven actually in the Lower East Side. Like Sundays was always a party in the East River. You know what I'm saying? You could catch a whole bunch of DJs just DJing from like the afternoon all the way till 4 in the morning. There was always block parties out here. You remember East Side Sports when
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying, when they used to do the Lower East Side of thing and give out jerseys and everything. And then in Lily Wall projects, if you from Lily Wall, there was always, like blue courts versus green courts, and it was always like a DJ here, a DJ there. So I grew up around DJs. So recently I just realized that I don't know what else I would have been if there wasn't no DJs around, my neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? And my brother was uh a DJ, just for hobby purposes. I don't think he was in the clubs at that time, but he had the old, carpet crates, the carpet cases on the turntables and everything. He had the techniques, he had the Gemini mixer, so I basically was born and raised around DJs. You know what I'm saying? So I
He
don't,
get inspiration.
yeah, he when I was younger, I used to say 6 to 8, but I confirmed this with my sister-in-law. She said it was about like 8 or 9. You know what I'm saying? So at an early age, um, I used to just watch him get dressed up with the button up shoes. I know he was going to the club, but he would DJ before he go to the club. And he had the records, the freestyle records, the house records, the hip hop records, and it just intrigued me. You know what I'm saying? And I always wanted to be in the room, and he never allowed me to be in the room. So every time he used to leave the door open, I'll go in there and I'll start messing with everything, start touching, the faders and start touching the records and everything. He'd come back, he'd be pissed, you know what I'm saying? But he got into car racing at an early age, and he passed down the equipment he had down to me. You know what I'm saying? And I was always going outside to the block parties, to the parties in the basketball courts in the Lower East Side, to the East River. I was always around DJs. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Cuffy Cuff. Shout out to Ray Nice. Shout out to Ralphie Ralph. Shout out to Ra Ra, who was a great DJ, still is, who was raised and born around me as well too. So shout out to all them guys, man. I grew up watching them guys.
So who was your first influential, the one that was like, yo, let me put you under my wing so you can learn how this thing go down?
I mean, I don't think that's a good question. Nobody's ever asked me that, actually, ever. Um, I don't think anybody ever put me under their wing. I just
Not even
think
under the wing,
I
but be a
just think
mentor
that
to you type
I,
shit.
I don't even think I had mentors like that. I
All right,
just
so
I
hold on.
just think that I was around people who were DJs, and I just learned from watching and just being in the atmosphere. They always invited me out. They always embraced me when I was around. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't. I don't think I was even paying attention to that at an early age. Like if somebody was trying to be my mentor or anything like that, I was just around it.
So who did you look up to as a DJ? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Like on the radio and stuff like that.
Whatever. Like, I'm
Well,
sure there was a DJ that.
outside of
Oh, we
the
was old back then.
yeah. So
They wasn't on
outside of
TV like on the radio.
outside of the legends out here in the Lower East Side, I grew up listening to Red Alert and Funk Flex, and then the mixtape era came where we had Burkina out here, the first
Yeah,
Burkina
house and shit,
shop.
facts.
So I was copping DJ Juice mixtapes, K Slay when he was doing R&B blends. Rest in peace, Mr. C. Tony Touch, G-Bo the Pro, Double R. You know what I'm saying? Like I was getting those mixtapes. I was buying the tapes. I was spending my last bit of money, you know what I'm saying, just to get tapes. You feel me? And I grew up on that mixtape era, So those are the DJs that really inspired me, you know what I'm saying? Especially like G-Bo the Pro, Double R, Tony Touch, Flex, Mr. C. I grew up listening to them guys, you know what I'm saying?
So how many years have you been DJing?
Like like DJing or DJing officially, like in
So
the
we're gonna,
spots.
yeah, it's a two-part question. How many years you been DJing, and then when did you take it serious? Like,
I've been DJing since I was, I could say like 8 years old.
okay,
Yeah.
so you got
Yeah.
you got some time. And so, what was the next moment where like you like I'm taking this serious? Like your first gig, because pretty sure you did 1,000 house parties, you did
Yeah.
mad block parties, but
Yeah.
what was your first gig that you was like, oh, I'm here now?
So
Like the
this is
phone is
crazy.
ringing.
I don't think I got a chance to say this too much. Maybe I said it once, but I don't get to tell the story too much. So I'm glad you asked me that. Um so after my house party days, after the baby showers and the birthdays and doing the local gigs like that, um I just my friends pressured me. They was like, "Yo, you got to stop doing these. You got to be in the spots now. Like you're that nice. You could be in the spots." You know what I'm saying? And I really don't remember how like what drove me to go to this spot, but there was Sutra. So Sutra used to be called Bar 16.
Okay.
Evil D was the resident DJ there. I just told Evil D this story. He was shocked when I told him. So Evil D was there. This was before Sutra. This was before it was called anything else. It was called Bar 16. So the two security guards who was there was D and Rob. Rob's one of the owners and managers of Katra right now. So I've been working around him for over 20 something years. So he was the head security guard there with D. Every Friday and Saturday, I would go there and literally stand next to them, be like, please give me a chance, give me a chance, give me a chance. Whatever I could do, just give me a chance, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, an hour, whatever. It was always no. And literally, I stood there from the minute they started to the minute it ended, standing next to them until one day, Ra was like, yo, go get your stuff. I'm giving you a chance. You ready? I literally ran up the block. I got my stuff, came back with half the hood, and
How
I
many
was
crates?
there.
How many crates? How many
I
crates?
don't even remember.
This
I
is
want
this
to
is
hold
no
on,
no
hold
no.
on,
I
hold on.
don't even
Before you
remember,
go there,
man.
because you sped
Yeah.
through a little bit, because that's what I wanted to get to. Because a lot of people don't know now. They don't know about the bringing the crates era.
Yeah.
Right now, they just see a DJ bring a bag, put his
Yeah.
his HDMI in the joint,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
just keep rocking. But
Yeah.
so when you was that era, when you started doing like the house parties and the, like you said, Sweet 16s and all that,
Yeah.
how was it moving all those crates? Like, who was helping you move all those crates? And explain to the viewers like what that means. What we talking
Well,
about with the
remember, so
crates.
I came up in the digging the crates era.
What
You
does
know
that
what I'm
mean?
saying? But having crates of records and transporting them around with you. I came up in that era. When I started doing the parties, it's the era where it was transitioning from crates of records to CDs. You know what I'm saying? So I came from the records going into the CDs. So I was carrying both. You know what I'm saying? To the point where I got tired of the records and I just started carrying around books of CDs.
So when you carry
You know what I'm saying?
What's your opinion now? Because the game changed a lot when it comes to a DJ. To me, it's real disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of these DJs, they don't even know what crates are. They don't even know
Right.
what white labels are. What do you think about the era now where these DJs buy a laptop and they go on eBay or something, they buy a hard drive full of every record that was ever put out without putting in no work or no dues. What's your feedback on it?
Well, I used to be very, very negative towards that topic. You know what I'm saying? But then I started to realize that a lot of these young DJs didn't grow up in our era, didn't have the luxury of being in front of turntables or having people that would let them rock on turntables or teach them how to rock on turntables and mixers that didn't have buttons or whatever, sync buttons or whatever and
They don't even know
controllers.
what the
They
techniques
didn't
are.
they didn't have that luxury of being around that. So I don't blame them when it comes to not being able to grow up around that, but I do blame them to an extent where you can choose to learn that. When you don't choose to learn that and you don't choose to learn the history of your craft and you don't know how to rock on it, then I blame that on you. I think that's Can I curse?
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think that's
yeah.
some sucker shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, learn your craft, learn your history, so that way you know how to play on everything. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you choose not to learn on all types of equipment, then that's on you. You're there's nobody to blame but you. You know what I'm saying? But we can't blame them if they didn't grow up in that era and they didn't have those tools around them to learn.
That's a fair
You know what
answer.
I'm
Like,
saying?
yeah, that's a
Like,
fair answer.
yeah.
That's yeah.
So going back to that night that you rocked out, right? How many
Yeah.
crates you had with you that night?
Yo, I honestly I don't remember, but I think I brought both. I think I brought records and CDs.
Okay, so you was already
To my knowledge.
You was already that was already
Yeah.
transitioning to the
Yeah.
CD. So now when you say you brought CDs, is it
I
similar?
brought both.
No, I'm just saying because I need to understand because I'm
Yeah.
not a DJ.
Yeah.
I only remember the crates. I don't
Yeah.
know. I wasn't here for when it transitioned to what it is right now. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I was in camp.
Right.
You know what
In
I'm
the
saying?
mountains up.
Yeah.
Yeah, talk,
Right.
man. You was upstate
I
doing
was
the
in
right. He
big.
said
I was in
camp.
camp.
He
I
said
was in
you was
camp.
doing some
You know what I'm
time. You know what I'm
saying?
saying?
Okay.
So look, so when you doing the CDs, is it the same way that you was mixing with the 12s? Like how was it like?
Well, at
Make
the
me
time,
understand because I was there.
at the time
Rest in peace to my homie Carl Blaze. You know what I'm
at the
saying?
time that I started with the CDs, I was using dual CD players made by Newmark at the time. You know what I'm saying? And if I remember correctly, it was just blending and transitioning. We had the buttons, we had like a little circle where some of them you could scratch, but some of them was really like pitch level stuff where you had to slow it down, speed it up, however, and just blend it. You know what I'm saying? Um, so we had that. Or I had that. You know what I'm saying? Then it got to the point where they started making more newer technology where you could scratch on CDs, but you had to have certain digital turntables, certain digital, CD players that allowed you to do that. So I went through that era as well too. You know what I'm
Alright, so-
saying? But I grew up learning how to transition and to blend. So that was the first thing that I learned. I didn't learn how to do basic scratch until later.
All right, so I'm gonna touch on a subject that I know a lot of DJs is going jack right now. You know what I'm saying? You are our first DJ on this platform.
Appreciate that.
So again, like you guys deserve a platform just like everyone else does. And I hate because I came from that era, you know what I'm saying? So
Right.
what is your take on how DJs get overlooked and the pay scale when you have a legend like yourself?
Oh, shit.
Yeah, we're gonna get into that. You know what I'm saying? Because now you have someone like you that got 20 plus years in, and then you got DJ Shortcakes that just bought a laptop and a hard drive, and he's charging $100 to rock for 5 hours. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's your take on that, bro?
Talk your shit, bro.
I appreciate that question, man.
I'm
gonna say that I've always been a firm believer of earning your resume, earning your opportunities, earning your rate, just earning your opportunities in this music industry. You know what I'm saying? And I just feel like if you're a DJ that started from the bottom and you're at a certain point in your career and people know that, then you should be paid accordingly. You know what I'm saying? If you paid your dues, you should be paid, according to the dues that you paid in your resume. But in this era, it's not like that. You know what I'm saying? And also when it comes to business and promoters, it's kind of like, let's say you hire me and you've never heard me or you never heard of me, then I'm not gonna force you to try to pay me my rate because of my resume. I would rather take the opportunity to earn my position, you know what I'm saying, and my rate with you so you can know what it is that I do. And then when you do see it, you can see that my resume matches my actions and matches my talent. That way, when I renegotiate with you, you know what I'm saying, you can't say no to me because I already done shown and proved to you what I could do, and it does match what my resume says. You know what I'm saying? I'm a firm believer in earning whatever it is that you ask for in this industry. Now, if you earn your way and they still don't pay you, then I think that's sucker shit by anybody who don't pay the people who bring something to the table. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times now in this era, it's like they want you to bring all these people, they want you to do all this, they want you to do all that, but they're not giving you multiple checks, but they want you to do multiple jobs. Back in the day, If you was nice, the promoter hired you to DJ. Your job was to keep people dancing and keep people in the venue. Now it's like they want you to do the flyer. They want you to do your own flyer. They want you to bring 100 people out. They want you to make sure people buying bottles. They want you to make sure people buying tickets. Whatever. But are they giving you a PC of each and every one of those
Hell no.
things that are attached to the club and the party? No. And then they want to give you 150, 200, 5 hours, 6 hours? Nah, I don't think that's right, especially if you earned your position in that team or in that situation. You know what I'm saying? If you a promoter and you hire me for a whole year or 6 months for $50, $100, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, people trying to get in, you trying to get your foot in, I get it. But after that 6 months, if you don't give me a raise or you're not trying to pay me my rate or something close to my rate, then I think that's wrong of the person who's trying to hire you. They don't see your potential. They don't see what you bring to the table, and they're not really trying to make you really part of the situation. You know what I'm saying? They're just taking advantage. So that's just my take. You know what I'm saying?
Just a question, because I want to go back a little bit, but just off of what you said right now, like back in like from 01, I want to say to 03, my brother DJ Carl Blaze, once again, like I said, rest in peace. He used to deal with a particular promoter.
Yeah.
Do you do the same, or do you just freelance your
Well,
work
I'm gonna be totally honest.
You're a free agent.
I'm gonna be totally honest. I've never been shy to say this. I always hated promoters because I felt like they always try to dictate the job of a DJ. You know what I'm saying? But at a certain point in my career, I ended up dealing with promoters who treated me well. Shout out to Mike Boogie. He was the first promoter from Brooklyn who hired me to do Susie Wong's, HK Lounge, to do Pink Elephant, to do Greenhouse, to do, all these things. So I was doing this early in my career, and he believed in it. But there were certain situations within that time where it was kind of like, sometimes he would come up to me and be like, yo, they don't want you to do this, or they don't want you to talk on the mic, or they don't want you to do no blends. Just play the music, use the opening DJ. You know what I'm saying? Like they would, the situation was trying to groom me a certain way that I didn't want, that I didn't accept. But I understood that it was my early career in the clubs. So I had to earn my way. I had to
make your name.
Yeah, you understand? So I understood that. So I didn't agree with it, but I appreciate those times that I went through with that. And then, there were certain people like, Juggernaut and Visual Vandal from Queens who hired me to do a lot of spots, you know what I'm saying, in Queens. You had Wes Fuller from Brooklyn who hired me to do some stuff in Brooklyn, and then now my current manager, Chase Sims, he's one of the top, promoters in New York. He helped me look at what the landscape is now for parties and this younger era of partying and going out and being a part of events. You know what I'm saying? So I was able to learn from that young man. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Chase Sims. I was able to learn from what it is now to be a DJ in this current time and era. You know what I'm saying? And I was able to bring my expertise from everything that I learned from the past into what I'm doing now. So I'm blessed to be able to do both, the younger parties, the older parties, and whatever type of parties are in between. You know what I'm saying?
All right. So since you spoke about your beginning after Evil D, that show, talk to me about the transition, how it went from the crates to the CDs to where it is now. Like,
wow.
How was the transition?
The transition was difficult. Serato, after the records was the CDs, and then came the digital era with the laptop and Serato and stuff like that. I don't talk about thumb drives because I think that's some EDM house DJ stuff. So shout out to y'all, but I'm not gonna say that.
A lot of these dudes do that though.
Cool,
bro.
But that's not where I'm from.
Even right now though.
Cool, but that's not where I'm from. So I can't talk about it.
That'd
You know
be
what I'm
disgusting.
saying? So I'm gonna say records, I'm gonna say CDs, and then came the digital era. I was still walking around with maybe 20 books of CDs, and Serato was out. people was on their laptops, Serato was out. Actually, a friend of mine who at the time, um, he went out and he was like, yo, you're nice, like you gotta transition. You know what I'm saying? My friend at the time, Danny, he went out and he bought me my first laptop and he bought me Serato because we was in business together. You know what I'm saying? So it was like an investment in me. This is the first time I'm saying this live too. So I had to transition like all my records and my CDs, my MP3s into digital files, which took me such a long time to do. But, you know, I ended up doing it and I got into Serato.
What was your what was your because you've been DJing for years. What was your moment in your DJ career when you was like, nigga, I made it. I'm here. What's up? Like, what was the there had to be one event. I'm sure there's several, but like what's the one that to this day that you know stands out, like you thank God, like, yo, you know what? I made it. I'm taking this real. I see you got Brandon. We're gonna get into that. Like you this is like
I wish I could say it now in this landscape of music, but because there's so much happening in the media with this person, I don't want to say that.
okay. I mean, you can say
Listen,
it
bro,
though.
you can say it.
I,
It is
I,
what
I
it
think
is, bro.
part of your
I think,
history.
Listen, at the end of the day, what that man did is history
right.
outside of
Yeah,
whatever.
you know what? Fuck it, you're right. I think when I really felt like I made it was when I started to DJ like Ciroc events and events
Shout
for
out to my
Puff.
man Nick Storm.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what
so
I'm saying?
We've been trying to get him on the
so
show.
Nick was the one who had me DJing Puff private birthday parties at Butter out here a couple years in a row. And you know, when I started to do those, that's when I was like, I'm something. You
Okay.
know, I'm somebody. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause
What was that? What was that feeling like though? Like, you know what I'm saying?
that was
Like when you got that
After
call.
all that grind that you was doing, you went from the crates to CDs to Serato, and then Nick hit you and be like, yo, Puff need this joint. Well, you know, we owe, so we call him Puff.
Yeah.
But listen, Puff needs you at his birthday party. And it's a private party
Yeah.
on top of that. That's like, I ain't DK
Yeah.
people coming through.
Yeah.
Anybody could be up in this party, my boy. Like, you're the DJ.
I just felt like I earned somebody's trust. And I felt like I put in enough time to show this person that I'm capable of doing those parties. So I did give myself a pat on the back for that because
As
that
you
was the
should.
time that I put in. That was the effort that I put in. I was never late around him. I was always early or on time. You know what I'm saying? I always, you know, exceeded expectations. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Dick for all the opportunities he ever gave me. But you know, I think that's where I felt like yeah, like I got it. Like, yeah, what's up? You know what I'm saying?
All right, so 2 questions, right? First one is, how long have you was grinding when that opportunity came? And the second one is, what's your DJ style?
Two good questions. Say the first one again.
The first one was, how long did it take of you grinding when Nick gave you that call? And I'll give you the second one.
Okay. Well, actually, I was doing all the bars and lounges out here. First Avenue, Houston. I was doing Simpson Leopard Lounge that used to be on Fifth Street, Second Avenue. The owners of that are the same owners of Taj and the same owners of Katra. But Katra used to be called Missions. So I used to open up for Pro Style over there in Missions. That was 2009. You know what I'm saying? And before that, I was doing college parties from 2000 to 2005. Like, so I was doing a lot of things on my own without promoters. And I was doing the clubs once I met Mike Boogie and I started doing certain things with him. But at the time I got down with somebody from Harlem, which I don't want to name them. I don't want to say who their name is, but shout out to a legend from Harlem. I met up with him. I became a part of his team. You know, he opened up some doors for me. And that's how I was able to meet Nick. And Nick saw some potential in me. And I started to do more stuff with Nick and Hemrock at the time. You know what I'm saying? So I was a part of that whole history of Slate and Monday Night Madness, and for years.
And it's still happening.
Yeah,
It's still happening.
for years.
Yeah.
And that's where I got the opportunity of doing more industry events outside the club. So I gained the club experience through Mike Boogie, the first promoter, but then I gained like the real event experience, being around that legendary DJ that I was down with at the time, and Nick and Henrock, you know what I'm saying? So I appreciate them for all those experiences, you know what I'm saying?
All right, so now we're gonna I'm gonna go in. You know what I'm saying? Because I know a lot of politics.
I've been waiting for this one. Go ahead. I like how you took your time with it though. Go ahead.
Nah, listen, you gave me the alley-oop. You gave me the segue. You gave me the segue, brother. I was gonna leave it alone, but see, you know what I'm saying? They always say in court, once you open that can,
right,
you could jump right in. So let's get right into it.
Right.
So you're self-branded. DJ Trase is DJ Trase.
Yes.
No affiliations, no crews. There's a lot of DJ teams. There's a lot of all of that going on in New York and around the world. What's going on?
Are you asking me if I'm affiliated with certain teams?
No, I know you're not. But why do you think you never been drafted on
say what you gotta say, man. You already saying it. Say what you gotta say.
Listen, we're not gonna name names. Okay. Like we're gonna be respectful.
Okay.
Because this is not a clickbait show. I can name names and we can start controversy. But there's so many DJ crews out there, and you're very talented.
Right.
You're self-made. You don't need a team because you are a team. You come with a lot of brands. You come with your talent. You come with your gift. You come with the Lower East Side. Why do you think in 2024 you have yet to be drafted on a team of DJs?
I'm gonna give this one to y'all because y'all the first people to ask me ever. I don't know if people are scared to ask me this or they try not to ask me, but
we just keep it organic up here, bro.
It's something that it's like an emotional thing for me.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It's something that I take very seriously. It actually pisses me off every time I got to talk about it because I know what the politics are. You know what I'm saying? But I'm a stick to how I feel, and however people want to take it, that's how they take it. But I think my opinion, and it's not based on facts because I don't know what the facts are. I don't know why, but I'm a say it from how I feel. Like I think certain times when it comes to being a part of a team, people look for certain characteristics or look for certain things within a person that makes them more capable of being a part of a team. And then when you look at somebody like me, who's like self-contained and I do a lot on my own, and you know what I'm saying? Like sometimes people feel like they can't have somebody like that a part of a team because they feel like maybe I might do too much, or maybe I don't,
or independent. That's what it is.
Or maybe I'm not good enough at being a part of a team because I do everything on my own.
Independent though.
Yeah,
that's
but you gotta look at it. It's like going to a job interview and they ask you that question about, what would you do if you was a part of a team? How would you handle this? You know what I'm saying? Like, so when they see somebody doing everything on their own,
they don't like it.
It's kind of like, yes, that's the first thing you might think. And that's how I feel. That's what I assume. Because like I said, I don't know the facts. But maybe it's because I'm too self-contained or because they already see that I'm doing everything on my own, that they feel like, why should, but then it's also the other part of it. Does he have relationships with people on this team? Is he cool with this person? Is he cool with that person? Who likes him? Who doesn't like him? Who thinks he's nice? Who don't think he's nice? Who think he got potential?
Politics.
You know what I'm saying? So it's a little bit of that, and then it's a little bit of everything else. But like I said, the only fair thing that I can say is that I don't know realistically why I've never been a part of a team. But I will say this, and this is the first time ever saying it on any platform. I've always heard that I've been considered. So I guess I'm doing something where they're considering me. You know what I'm saying? But
all right, so now
it hasn't been past a consideration.
So now that you said that you've been considered, is this something that you've been self-made all this time? So now that you've been considered and the opportunity came, would you get down with a team? Or at this point, you're like, I don't need a team, but I've been with DJ Trase for over 25 years. I'm good.
Uh,
Would it change anything for you?
You
Like,
know me.
At this point, just to make a for the viewers, it's similar to in a music, right? Somebody wants to be independent, or somebody wants to be with a major. This is pretty much where the question that's being asked right now. But go ahead and answer your question, though, bro.
Well, I just want to clear one thing you guys just said before I answer that question. You said the self-made part. So I don't want people to see this platform and
That's not to say you wouldn't get help.
No. I want to clear that up. Give people their flowers. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Like, did I put in all the work? Absolutely. Can you say I'm self-made because I put all the work in myself?
That's what we mean.
Of course. I got myself to these gigs on time or early. I've never called out of a gig. You know what I'm saying? So when you say self-made, yes. When it comes to DJ Trase, yes. But I've had people open up doors for me. I've had people give me opportunities. I've had people see potential in me. So shout out to all those people who ever saw potential in me and opened up a door for me. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to the work that I put in, yes, I'm self-made. Is my career self-made? Half yes, half help. You know what I'm saying? Because what's your career without people giving you an opportunity, opening a door, giving you a check or whatever? You know what I'm saying?
Hold on. You didn't answer the question.
But I'm gonna answer that other question. There's only one person on this planet that I would say yes to if he was to ask me to be a part of a team. One person on this entire planet.
And it has to come from that one person.
It has to come directly from that one person.
Respectfully.
You know what I'm saying? And it's only because of my not only affiliation, but because of my loyalty to that person and what that person has done for me and continues to do for me. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of people say it, that I don't need this, that I don't need that.
That's what I'm saying.
But because of my loyalty and because of what that person has done for me in my career, I would absolutely not say no. I would say yes. Because that would make me feel like I earned that person's highest trust. That's like getting the Medal of Honor, the Purple Heart.
Rockaway.
You know what I'm saying? It's like being a part of the Boy Scouts and getting all these medals, but when you get that highest medal, that's when you feel like all your work was worth it. You know what I'm saying?
Kanye with the Rockaway.
Yeah, I'm DJ Trase with or without medals, but you got to get medals. And I've gotten enough.
You want to mention when that is?
I haven't gotten that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That Purple Heart, that Medal of Honor yet.
So back to the question that I asked you earlier than that. And listen, bro, I salute you for that. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, a lot of people don't like to see somebody or don't want to bring somebody into a fold where they feel like he might contaminate somebody because the way he moves. It's not even necessarily something that you're doing wrong, but the fact that, all right, y'all don't want to give me this opportunity, all right, cool. Look, I'm gonna do this right here, this, that, and the third. And even you've been doing you so long that if you get a part of somebody, you're gonna it's innate to keep moving the way you move. And people want to be like, yeah, he's there because of me, or he got this situation because of me.
I mean, it could always
You know
be. It could always be like like getting a job. Sometimes you could be overqualified, or sometimes you could just be something that doesn't complement that brand. Maybe your brand doesn't complement that brand. It could be anything. I will never know. You understand what I'm saying? I could hear this, I could hear that, you know what I'm saying? But I will never know why. Does it piss me off that I'm not? Absolutely. I'm not going to sit here and say it doesn't piss me off. I feel like I'm qualified to be a part of a lot of situations. You know what I'm saying? Can I sit here and say why I'm not? No. I don't know why.
Fuck it.
You know what I'm saying? All I can do is continue to work, continue to do what I do. I've gotten this far. You know what I'm saying?
And you doing great. So fuck it. Your style.
My DJ style. I can't sit here and tell you that I have a specific DJ style. What I could sit here and tell you is that, like I said, Flex, Mr. C, listening to Kid Capri, people who are great DJs, but also great MCs on the mic. Those are the people who I grew up listening to and idolizing. You know what I'm saying? Getting my motivation from them because I've always been a loud person at heart. You've been around me. I'm loud. Naturally I'm loud. My mother's loud. You know how Spanish parents are, they talk loud. So people always thought that I had a voice for the radio, a voice to be a DJ, a voice to, be a host or whatever. And a lot of people don't like it. A lot of people say I talk too much. A lot of people say I'm too loud. A lot of people say I say certain things that I shouldn't say or whatever. But when you talk about the DJ culture, MCing on the mic has been a part of the DJ culture since the beginning. You know what I'm saying? DJs have been engaging with crowds since the beginning of this hip hop culture. What is a DJ without having mic skills? You understand what I'm saying? You have to be able to talk to the people. Who gonna give the birthday shout outs? Who gonna shout out the artist? Who's gonna shout out the song? When a party's dead, who's gonna lift people up?
Oh, who send you that Duce, Bobby?
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, who's gonna do it? You know what I'm saying? And throughout my years of learning how to be an MC on the mic, I've learned from the best. I've learned from Frank Jigga. Rest in peace, Frank Jigga. He used to do Monday Night Football with us at Slate. He was one of the best hosts in the world. You know what I'm saying? But he was more of a calm talker. He wasn't loud like me, but I learned how to say certain things around him. And the homie Master Z, Harlem legend, one of the best MCs ever. I learned from those guys, and I was able to finesse my style, make it better. You know what I'm saying? So I thank life for being around them guys and giving me the opportunity to be around those guys and learn certain things that made me better at being an MC. But I was always loud. I was always wanting to reach people and engage with people. You know what I'm saying? I think it's a tool. And I think when you implement that into your DJ set and you make it sound in sync together, I think you're unstoppable as a DJ. You know what I'm saying? Not everybody sound good on the mic. Not everybody could be an MC and a DJ at the same time. You know what I'm saying? Can people work towards being a great MC? Yes. I think it's something that you can learn and get better at. You know what I'm saying? But just some people just can't do it. It's not meant for them to be an MC and a DJ. You know what I'm saying? But I take pride in being both.
So Hot 97 is one of the biggest radio stations in the country.
Yes.
One of the biggest.
Yes.
How was that moment when you first got that call to be like, yo, Trase, we want you on Hot 97? Because everybody knows in New York, Hot 97 before Power 105 and before other radio stations and things like that, Hot 97 is a staple. It's like when you get on Hot 97, you made it.
Yep.
What was that moment like?
Heavy hitters, suckers.
That's another emotional conversation for me. At the time, I was doing a lot of events with my boy DJ Trase at the Barclays Center, Adam Torres concerts. So I done did, we done did the master ceremony. We done did the freestyle events, the reggaeton event, whatever events that we was doing in the Barclays, I was a part of. I was a sound tech, which is part of being a DJ too, setting up people's DJ gear on stage. So I was hired to do those things. And it just got to the point where, yeah, I knew enough. I was around enough, but I started to build a little more with him during that time because I was setting up his gear. And we was having conversations, certain things. He already had seen me DJ. We done did a couple parties together. And he's the one who gave me the call. But before that, I gotta say this. I still got the DM. The first DJ to co-sign me to be on Hot 97, a lot of people don't know this, was Flex. because I was doing a lot of events with Flex before I was doing a lot of events with Enough. You know what I'm saying? So I did the Funk Flex Sneaker Expo. I did the Funk, I've done events with Flex.
You was active. You was
yeah.
active.
So, I don't remember the conversation, but we had a conversation and he was just like, do this. And I did what he asked me to do. And Enough was one of the people that I had to go to. You know what I'm saying? And at that time, I didn't have his attention. I got his attention through doing events with him, being booked with him, and earning the relationship, earning the right to have a conversation with him about it. Long story short, it was somewhere in the summertime, 2019. I get a call from Enough. I'm thinking, phone ringing to say Enough. I'm thinking we doing another concert. He need me to bring certain equipment or set up certain things for him, whatever. So he's like, yo, you up, you around? I'll meet you in the hood. Come down to Don Juan's barbershop. And I'm like, all right, I get up. I'm thinking it's another concert.
Aliyah shit.
You know what I'm saying? And I get down there, I meet him, and just straight up told you, asked me how I'm doing, asked me how the family was. We spoke. And then he's like, yo, you ready? I'm like, ready for what? Like, you ready to be on the radio? Instantly, I started crying. I cried. All the tears came out.
Fire.
I couldn't even look at him. You know what I'm saying? And I was just like,
that's the
I
moment.
gave him a hug. You know what I'm saying?
That's the moment I was asking you about right there. You just answered it.
Yeah, so when he came to the hood and gave me the opportunity face to face, it wasn't an email, it wasn't a text, it wasn't a call. That right there was
everything. Fire.
Ephraim.
Yeah.
Good job, my guy.
Yeah.
That's fire.
You know what I'm saying?
He was the one who gave me my first opportunity.
Now we gonna get back to that also, but we're gonna talk about these ugly ass colors that you're wearing right now. And
I'ma just say tread lightly.
I'm just a little upset that my team gotta share the same colors with these bum ass teams. But let's talk about the Knicks situation. How that thing, damn, that shit sound nasty coming out my mouth. Pause. Let's talk about the Knicks situation. How all that transpired.
Well, I used to be well, like what? Which part?
Like being, rocking with the Knicks and all that. You know
okay, so a lot of people who know my history know that I was part of Patrick Ewing Sneaker Company for almost 7 years.
Right. That's what I mean.
Within which I'm not a part of anymore. Okay. But within that time frame, I also have relationships with Edgar, who does the events with Nick Storm, and I had I have a relationship with Jen and Jazz, who are the owners of Nick's Omni Fan. So those relationships got me opportunities to have 2 or 3 commercials on MSG during the games. Got me opportunities to be on HBO Max with Jeremy Lin and the producers who produced 38 at the Garden, which is a Jeremy Lin documentary on the whole Linsanity situation. You know what I'm saying? So having those relationships and people who believe in my talent and know that I would be a good fit in these situations is what got me those opportunities and how I was able to excel in those things. I still haven't DJ'd a Nick game, but
that's coming.
That's coming.
That's
the
coming.
day that happens,
listen, bro,
it's a wrap.
You already,
you know what I'm saying?
As soon as you made that documentary,
yeah,
it's only a matter of time.
Yeah, so I've been affiliated with a lot of Nick stuff. So shout out to them, for the opportunities, and I'm happy that I grew up a Nick fan, being able to do stuff that is a part of that history and that name. You know what I'm saying?
My condolences. But
Yo, see this guy.
This is your house, so I'm giving y'all the utmost respect right now.
Listen, I don't do sports. He does sports.
Right.
He does sports. I don't care about none of that. I'm just New York. Anything New York.
I'm just taking notes because the next time I see you outside this podcast,
me and Trace been
and
outside
you talk
together.
about sports.
Me and Trace been outside together.
Okay.
This ain't nothing new, but I just have to do what I do, man.
Right.
But
I'm happy you took the time out to do it on the platform and not outside. So
nah. We gonna do that too. Listen, the day that you wanna listen, we could Yeah, man, listen, I love all the smoke.
Okay.
I'm with all the shits.
All
But
right.
let's talk about the K Slate rolling 200 deep, because you was the DJ for the night. And that was something that was amazing. You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace to K Slate. You know what I'm saying? Harlem legend. You know, I'm from Harlem. You know it's big shit.
Right.
You know, east to west. It is what it is. And I just wanted to say, yo, bro, you was body in the evening. Every time I see you, you always doing your damn thing.
I
You know
appreciate
what I'm
it.
saying?
Appreciate
But tell the people, you know what I'm saying, what was the occasion about and how everything transpired. How did you get the call? Who gave you the call? Like, talk to me, man. Let me
So
know something.
I gotta give this big shout out to Papoose and Snaps. You know,
Snaps.
Papoose is one of the biggest artists coming from New York City who actually took time to see what I could do, how I do it as a DJ. And he genuinely thinks that I'm one of the best.
Mm.
And because he took a liking into my style and what I do and how I do it as far as being a DJ, he's been including me in a lot of his events. You know what I'm saying? And
Fire.
Rolling 200 Deep was
Let's roll in 200 deep. Just let them know what it is.
it's basically like a song with a whole bunch of MCs from all over the music industry that come together, spit some bars that K Slay had started years ago before
Some
you know,
timely passing.
before his timely passing, and it's something that I think, if I say it correctly, it was one of his last projects, and I think Papoose finished it, and they did that at TuneCore, and Papoose and Snaps wanted me to be a part of that, and to be able to get that call, even the call to do a street naming event. I'm not from Harlem, but I ended up DJing his street naming event in Harlem. To be able to be a part of that, to do Papoose' birthdays, to be a part of things that Snap does, you know, it was bigger than life to me. You know what I'm saying? It was right up there with getting that call from Enough to be on 97. You know what I'm saying? Because to be able to do an event where Sheik is there, Kid Capri,
Bro.
everybody, and
Everybody was there.
Let me tell you
bro.
something, bro.
West Coast was in the
Let me
building.
tell you something. He'll tell you, I'm not a starstruck dude, right? It takes a lot for me to be like,
yeah,
bro, when I walked in and Ice-T sitting on the couch,
yeah,
I said, oh, this shit different.
yeah.
This is different right here. This
Yeah,
ain't regular shit that we see every night.
I have a picture where it's me, Kid Capri, and Enough. And they're standing right next to me while I'm DJing. I look at that picture and I'll be like, damn.
Legendary,
like,
iconic.
Legends.
Like,
That's
I
like
must be
passing the
doing
torch.
something right.
That's like
You know
passing
what
the
I'm
torch
saying?
type shit.
I mean, I guess, but, you know,
Nah, I mean,
was
like,
just
you know,
happy to
'cause
be there.
generational, like, type
you know what I'm
shit,
saying?
you
I was
feel me?
just happy to be next to the people who I grew up listening to, idolizing. You know what I'm saying?
So let's get into it. Like you're very big with brands. You have sneaker deal situations. You got a Bel Air situation. How did the Bel Air situation come about?
I had somebody who was affiliated with Bel Air, who was a big part of Bel Air at the time. And to tell you the truth, and this is probably the second time I'm saying this on a platform, when I first kind of like applied to try to be part of Bel Air, they denied me. I was denied the first time around. I don't know why, whatever it was. And it was the same person who put me down with it the second time. So the second time around came and they threw my name in the mix and it happened.
So you
know
didn't
what I'm
have like I'm big on this. Like this whole game, this whole industry is based on relationships, all of it. So sometimes you try to get in the door by yourself, and then sometimes you need somebody to put that.
Well, the
stamp.
first time it was the person who stamped me at the time,
Okay.
but they still denied me.
Oh, that's crazy.
So a year or so passed by, the person tried again. And for whatever reason it was, they said yes this time. But from what the person tells me is because there was a history there. I've been drinking that brand since when it first came out.
Okay.
I was one of the first people out here in Lower East Side.
Pushing it.
Drinking it, showing it, whatever. And there's organic proof of it. You know what I'm saying? Like any brand that I've always been a part of or been a part of, it's been done organically is because I wear the product, drink the product. You know what I'm saying? Like I've always been a fan of the product. I've never done nothing with a brand that I didn't support organically. You know what I'm saying?
Got it.
So that's what it was. And they gave me a chance with it. And it was crazy because when the person gave me the opportunity, something in me was like, I still don't feel like I'm really a part of this. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I ended up having a meeting at the office. I went to the office and all the big dogs is there. And I just asked, like, am I really a part of this? Like,
That's dope. That's dope.
and you know, they co-signed in. That's when I really like went full throttle with promoted the brand because I knew that I was really a part of the brand. And not just one part of the brand. I'm part of the entire brand. Like
the whole portfolio.
Whatever's under their umbrella is what I'm a part of. You know what I'm saying? Which is super cool. You know what I'm saying?
All right. So, I'm going to show you love because this is the Duce Lounge.
Appreciate it.
You know what I'm saying? But I got to, give you your flowers.
Wait, but before you go on, I gotta give you and Duce flowers as well because you guys have opened up a lot of doors for me, gave me a lot of opportunities, and I appreciate you. I appreciate anybody who's been a part of Duce that has opened doors for me. You know what I'm saying? Just because I'm part of a brand don't mean I can't be a part of other situations. You know what I'm saying? Because of my relationships and friendships with people. So thank you for your advice. You've given me a lot of advice. Thank you for opening doors for me. Thank you for including me and stuff. Thank you for throwing my name out there. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Nancy as well, who's been very supportive of my DJ career and been supportive of Chase Sims and, Duce as a whole. So thank you to you guys.
All right. So this is my last and final question.
Okay.
He can take it away.
Okay.
How did it feel when you got that call not too long ago to DJ at the 4040 Club Fanatics and Jay-Z's in the building all 3 times? And Jay-Z, look, my head's just standing right now.
I didn't even think you would bring that up.
And Hove told you, I don't want him to get off the set.
Goosebumps for real. He ain't even fronting.
How was that moment when my guy Sheldon went to the DJ booth and said, Hove said he does not want you to get off the set. Keep doing what you're doing. What was that moment like in your head?
I'm gonna be
because there was a lot of people not allowed in that building. You were there, you know that,
right?
And a lot of people got thrown out,
right? So
how was that moment for you?
So can I tell the whole story if you don't mind?
Tell the story.
Okay, so I was booked to do, my regular brunches in Brooklyn, and then Sheldon calls me and he's like, "Yo, you busy? Like I need you here now." And there's certain people.
That's how it happens. By the way, it happens because we don't want text messages to go out. So it happens like that strategically.
But we on a platform, people gonna look at integrity and look at everything. I gotta say this. There's just certain people in this industry that you do not say no to. You gotta move whatever you gotta move around, and you got it not because of the opportunity, but because of the person. You know what I'm saying? But Mr. C also taught me that integrity is everything. If you already booked for something, you booked. You know what I'm saying? So what I did was, when he called me, he's like, "Yo, I need you here like now." And I'm like, "Shit, I got to do a brunch at 1. What did I do? I went, I did the event, and then I went to my brunch. I didn't stay to take pictures, to do anything. I did my time, and I went. But the first day I did my set, people loved it, whatever. I didn't know that it was a 3-day event. He hits me right before I leave. He's like, "Yo, come back tomorrow same time." I'm like, "All right, cool." So I go in the second day because I did a great job the first day. Go the second day, great job again. I had to leave again because I had to go do my brunch, right? So then the third time comes that I'm doing the last day of Fanatics Fest, and I didn't have to do anything afterwards. So I was able to stay. So I did my set, and I knew there was a lot of celebrities in the building those 3 days, Lil Baby, Migos was there, a lot of people was there. Jay-Z was there all 3 days. There's a lot of big dogs in there. It was invite only, like you had to be the elite of the elite. You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't like you could bring a +1, +2. No, it wasn't that type of party.
Quiet for all of that.
You know what I'm saying? It was very, very like Rock Nation brunch type of vibe. You know what I'm saying? Like it was like that. So the third day, they told me Jay-Z walking in the building, but I knew that the first 2 days. So I said, I never told you this part. I said, what can I do to pay homage to Hove without
overdoing it?
Without dick riding.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, without dick riding. You know what I'm saying? What could I do to pay homage? Because sometimes artists don't want to hear their own music.
Their own records, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I ain't gonna lie, I had a little instrumental from a band, from a Jay-Z joint that I was playing while he was walking in. They was like, nah, don't play no Jay-Z stuff. So the minute they said that, my mind started working. I didn't have this plan. My mind started working so fast. So I was telling myself, while that instrumental was playing, because I didn't shut the instrumental off. I kept playing it, even though they told me to shut it off. I kept playing it. Because I was building a plan in my head. I said, how can I pay homage to Hove, Rock Nation, Rockefeller, Beyonce, without dick riding? I do what I always do. I started doing my blends. I took a Biggie verse, played it with a Jay-Z beat. I took a reggae beat. I played it with Beyonce vocals. I took Beyonce beat. I played it with Biggie vocals. I started like mixing and blending. You know what I'm saying? Doing a lot of live blends. And then there was this one point where I took a Locks. I think this is where it turned around. I took a Locks song and I played it with Can't Knock the Hustle. I think it's on my page. When I looked up, Jay was like, and I was like, yeah, I got some. I'm gonna keep going. I kept going. You know what I'm saying? I played Mobb Deep with Jay-Z beats. I did a whole bunch of blends, and then the assistant came. Assistant came first. I was already unplugging. No, Jay-Z wants you to stay on. He told me come down and tell you. So my heart was, you know what I'm saying? Cool.
All eyes on you. All eyes on you.
So then, if you don't mind me saying this, then Nancy come to me. She's like, you got them popping. Like that, popping. I'm like, so I'm trying to stay focused. Everybody's telling me.
Say that,
so
nigga.
I'm staying focused. I'm zoned in already. I'm in, right? So then after that, Sheldon come to me and he's like, you're doing your thing, man.
You know what's funny?
Stay on the set.
I thought you got in trouble. I'm like, damn, Trace got in trouble. He did something wrong. He did something wrong.
No, I didn't think that at all. I did. I just thought that somebody was coming to me to tell me to get off the set. Because remember, I'm thinking, I'm not really a part of this. They just threw me in the mix. You know what I'm saying? So then Sheldon came. He's like, yo, you got people rocking. They talking about you. You know what I'm saying? So then they told me that Jay-Z wanted me to stay on the set. But where I got really scared, and I didn't tell you this, was before I got off the set, the assistant came to me and said, before you leave, go upstairs. Jay-Z wants to meet you.
That's big.
And I looked at my wife and I was like, so I took a deep breath. You know what I'm saying? Because what I learned being in this industry too, all jokes aside, is like, you got to act like you belong. People don't like when you do the fan stuff too much. You know, at certain times it's wrong to do. Certain times not the right place. So you got to act like, so I had to take a really, really deep breath and really, you know what I'm saying? Like compose myself. And I went up there. I ain't gonna lie, like I always bring my wife with me everywhere. It was like, nah, she can't go. You gotta go by yourself. So I'm like, all right. And I went upstairs. He shook my hand. We had like maybe a 5-10 minute conversation. He told me everything I did was dope, but he said it a certain way where I had to kind of like fix what he said.
You had to process it.
Yeah, I had to fix what he said. So I think he said something like, yo, I like the mixes you played. So I felt some type of way.
I was live.
So
yeah.
I told him, I said, nah, I did all that live. I say that on the mic a lot.
Yeah, it wasn't pre-recorded.
Yeah, I said that wasn't pre-recorded, man. He was like, nah, that was fire. So, when he gave me the compliment, he was telling me certain things. And then, his team, OG1, whoever was there, they also gave me the same compliment. I was like, whoa. But in my mind, when I went home, I was like, what was better? Was it better when Kid Capri said I did my thing at the Apollo when I opened up for him? Or was it this? So I was just like, I think both of them are right there. Like in the,
So this
in
is
the
why-
same thing.
So
But
hold on real quick, bro, before you say that. So transitioning to the CDs,
yeah.
when it was mainly blending, prepared you for this moment, no?
I think my whole career prepared me for it. Everything I went through in my DJ career, leaving one situation, going to another, being denied, not being a part of a team. Everything that I've done,
Culminated to
that I've
day.
accomplished, that I haven't accomplished is what made me who I am now. And I
mean,
wouldn't change it.
No shade to Kid Capri because he's a legend. He's a legend in the game. I was just with him 2 days ago at the
He shows me the utmost
at the
love
Bacardi
and
event.
respect, man.
But-
Shout out to him.
But, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I think, my opinion, I think that has to be the biggest DJ moment of your life. That one, Hove tells you to stay on the set, and two, you get invited to have a conversation with him because you can't even get next to that.
Yeah.
You can't get next to him.
Yeah. As a DJ, I would say probably the Jay-Z first and then Kid, but
And again, you don't come from a crew, bro.
yeah,
Self-made
yeah,
from the Lower East Side,
yeah,
and you get summoned.
yeah.
Hove wants to give you your flowers.
I think you know why I'm gonna say that it's even, because I think when you look at the DJ culture, Kid Capri is like the standard, like the blueprint, like
Def Comedy
Like-
Jam and all that,
like-
bro. Mhm.
so from a DJ standpoint, that has to be one of my biggest moments. But from the artist standpoint, who have I met bigger than Jay-Z who's done that? You know what I'm saying? So that's why I hold both situations like evenly, because it's two different sides of the music industry. So I would say the biggest DJ that I've ever met and got, compliments from, I would say is Kid, and the biggest artist would have to be Jay-Z. So I have to put it up there evenly. You know what I'm saying? Because it's two different sides of the music industry. But I don't, the biggest moment in my career has to be that. It has to be
Shit,
that.
I knew that's what it was. That's why I saved
Yeah.
it for them, brother.
And it made me feel like it was a 360 moment for me, because I just came from having a residency at the 4040 before it closed. I just finished coming from doing some events with you. You know what I'm saying? Like I've done the 4040 in the past before I met you. So I feel like it was a full circle moment when
See, I
when
was
that
locked up
happened.
for a minute, so these
Right.
dudes had some time to catch up. You know what I'm saying? But once you know
Right.
what I'm saying? I gotta talk my shit too. But,
Talk
you know,
it.
once I came home, you know what I'm saying? I had to claim my territories. This is that simple, you know what I mean?
Right. It was a full circle moment for me. And it's something that do I wish I would have got that Jay-Z pick? I wish, you know what I'm saying? But
It'll happen. It'll happen.
I think the fact that I shook he could have shook
He
my hand
know-
and
listen,
said, "Please."
listen.
I had
listen,
that
Trace,
conversation with him.
Trace, you know who you are at the end of the day. You feel me, my brother?
Whew. Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? And I appreciate you pulling up.
Thank you.
My man do Shade 4-5 and all types of shit. Like, you active.
Thank you.
And you came through and blessed the Duce Lounge with your, you said it yourself. I never said this in another platform. And you mentioned that a couple times, my brother.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? I'm glad that we allowed you to be comfortable enough to be able to speak your truth. You understand what I'm saying? And we always gonna support you in whatever you do, if it's not having to do with them people. But you already know, bro. Every time
Taking
I
note
see
of all them shots.
listen, bro.
I'm gonna have a full clip for you real soon.
Listen, at the end of the day, since we met each other, bro, you know it's always been love. Whenever I
Right,
pull up,
All
I
right.
come to you, bro, what's good?
Right.
You all right? At the
Right.
lo otro, tú sabes. family, bro.
Nah, I appreciate it. And you know, before we leave, I brought some gifts for y'all, man.
Oh
You know,
yeah,
I always come with gifts.
Yeah, and before you leave too, that camera right there, shout out your socials and your.
Right.
You know
All
what I'm
right. Once I give out the gifts, you know what I'm saying? So
Okay.
I've been saying this for a long time, and you
Yes.
know, I couldn't come to this platform without something. You know what I'm saying? So
Marketing.
you from this era.
That's a
You
fact.
understand
That's
what I'm
a
saying?
fact.
So I had to come bless you with a pair of Avia Legacy kicks.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? This is straight 80s crack era.
They don't even understand what
you know
that
what I'm
is
saying?
right
Right,
there.
you know what I'm saying? We old school, so this.
Right.
Listen, I want to
This-
thank you for
right.
leaving that other brand and coming to this one. That right there is fire.
This is what happens
Right.
when you make power moves. You know what I'm saying? He started
Right.
with them other guys, and there's levels to this. You know what I'm saying? But thank you,
Right.
brother. I appreciate
Nah,
this.
you know,
Not everybody comes here with gifts. So,
right.
you know
I
what I'm saying?
appreciate you. You know what I'm
80s.
saying?
The
You know,
80s,
I
you
can't
heard?
I can't not have a pair for you. You know what I'm saying? So I had to come with a second pair for you, man. You know what I'm saying? So
Baby, you know I'm from the old school. Don't
you know what I'm saying? So
hold on,
black and
hold
red,
on,
so
hold
okay.
on, hold
You know what
on,
I'm saying?
hold on.
This is why I stood
This is
shut. I stood quiet.
yo,
today.
look.
quiet
I need
today.
y'all to understand one thing,
You know
right?
what I'm saying?
Before we started, me and him was going at it.
Right. You was going at it with me.
Listen,
say it correct.
Anybody
Exactly.
know me? Shot-town, stand up. I don't care. Michael Jordan, D Rose, y'all know what it is. Shot-town.
Avia Legacies, baby. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, the way God works is
Right.
what it is, and I appreciate you.
Now,
King.
every time you wear that with your other team's logo, I'ma laugh at you. You know what I'm saying? Because I got one up on you now. You know what I'm saying? Your feet are gonna be looking nice with these pair of kicks because of me. You understand what I'm saying?
With
so
my team-
hold that one.
with my
You feel
team
me?
colors, though.
Hold that one right
With my
there.
team colors, though.
You know what I'm saying? Hold that one right
Nah.
there.
Yo,
Enjoy,
Trase,
that's for you.
Trase, I appreciate you, bro.
Nah, I appreciate
Like,
y'all,
real
man.
shit.
Shout out to the Duce Lounge. Shout out to y'all, man. If y'all want to hit me up on DJ Trase on everything. DJ Trase. And continue to do what y'all do. Y'all got my support, you know what I'm saying? And shout out to everybody who's been supporting them. You know what I'm saying? They got a great platform, and, you know, hope y'all reach every level that y'all want to, you know what I'm saying, get to. You feel me?
For sure.
Cheers, brothers. Bring it in. Let's
Cheers.
go.
Hold
Cheers.
What up, man?
Boy.
Cheers.
My boy.
Right.
Yeah,
We out of here.
we out of here.